Welcome to Mobility Monday, number 1 out of 5. I'm on the floor because we're talking about hands and wrists today. Each week, I'll share a new principle of mobility and an actual example and application of how you can use it. So today, I've got handstands on the mind, teaching my handstand course. So we're talking about how to extend the wrist. The principle I want to talk about is you don't have to go as far into a stretch as possible. You don't. So I think there's a misconception out there. Let's say you want to train your splits, something like that. You go into as big a split as possible, and then you have to suffer there. You have to endure. Instead, I propose go into the least possible stretch. Go into the earliest part of the stretch, and then do work there. Do work. So for wrist extension, if you want to do push-ups or planks or handstands or planches, you need to be able to extend the wrist with the hand flat on the floor. So you need to be able to close this angle. So often I think people look at that and they say, great, I'll just put my hands here and then stretch as far as I can. Instead, stretch a little bit less. Come out of that angle and then do work there. So I'll come a little bit closer with the hand here. Some things you might play with. Can you lift one finger at a time? Can you control that? Can you push down with a finger? Can you push down with the whole hand? Maybe play with rotation. What would happen if you tried to rotate as if you were moving along the ground? So stay in that same position and just play around. Do some work there. Spend a few minutes seeing what you can coordinate, what you can activate, what things feel like. How can you change the stretch? Instead of suffering through as big a stretch as possible, go to an earlier stretch and do some work. Let me know how it goes, and I'll see you next week for number 2.